Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to see the scanning electron microscope. So what is the scanning electron microscope? What is the working principle and what are the major components of this function and various points can be concentrated in this video. First of all, the scanning electron microscope is used when a surface features cannot be resolved using an optical microscope. Also, the scanning electron microscopes are used in a majority of engineering operations. Now, in scanning electron microscope, a surface to be inspected is scanned by a beam of electrons and image is produced. Now, resolution of the features is object of near 1 nanometer and magnification capacity up to 5 lakhs x. The specimen is kept under the vacuum chamber. The specimen is kept under a vacuum chamber and further the working principle here, as the name implies, that is a scanning electron microscope, the scanning of electrons is done over the selected region on the surface. Also, the electrons are produced on uppermost portion of the column and these electrons are accelerated by applying the voltage and pass through the condenser lens which reduce the diameter of the electron beam. Also, the objective lens focusing on the electrons beam diameter on nanometer scale. The electron beams then hit the surface of the specimen and a number of electron signals are produced. These signals are then directed by the appropriate detectors. Next is the optical microscope versus scanning electron microscope. A small depth of field, lower resolutions in optical microscope comparing with the electron microscope, scanning electron microscope, there is a high resolutions. In the electron or in a scanning electron microscope, because of the high acceleration of the voltage and electron density, electron beam penetrates the sample surface to the depth of a few microns. The number of electron signals are produced when electron interact with the surface of specimen depending on the depth of penetration. Also, these signals are in the form of secondary electrons, that is a back secreted electrons and the characteristics X-ray as shown. Now the appropriate detectors detect these signals and the image is formed and displayed on a computer screen. Now the maximum resolutions in this scanning electron microscope depends on electron beam size. Accelerating voltage and interaction are between beam and surface. Also, the high resolution image required to be reduced beam size, high acceleration voltage. Next part is the advantages of SME over optical microscope. First of all, the magnification factor, depth field resolution of OM is 4x to the 1000x, and for scanning electron microscope it is 10x to 3 lakhs x. Now SME has a larger depth of field which allows a large amount of sample to be in focused at one time and produce an image that is good representation of the three-dimensional sample. Now the SME also produce the image of high resolution, which means that closely features can be explained at high magnification. Also the combination of higher magnification, large depth and large depth of field, greater resolutions and compositions and crystallographic information makes the SME one of the most heavily used instruments in a research area and the industry, especially in the semiconductor industry. So this was the introduction regarding the scanning electron microscope. Further details will be discussed in a next video. So thank you. Thanks for watching.